many of you stopped dancing since the last song that you just saw? How many of you did? I am glad you said that he always dances. Any girl wants to dance with him? After. I said girl. Watch out. One of my great friends here in this hall itself said, wow, you're actually going to start with that silly slide. Why do you think I start with this slide? Sorry? Everything starts with a question mark. Absolute fantastic. Thank you very much. My friends, yes, as a physician, I am telling you, don't stop your dance. Keep on dancing whether the music is playing or not. Music is here. Music is here. Keep on playing and dancing. Why I say that? No, I'm not a physician. I play one on TV. But that's a different story. Why did I start with a question mark? Is for a very simple reason. Is medicine the only cure? Can medicine help you what Keith talked about the second half? Can medicine talk to you and help you with what Shannon talked about or the others talked about or the other rejection area and so on and so forth? Don't fool yourselves. Medicine does merely this much. The rest of it is here. I'll let you answer that question once I'm done telling you my stories. But, question mark, that's what we start with. Only if the slide will come on. I can talk without slide. How many of you have been in this situation? Been in this very situation who's afraid of the needles? Miss Nurse or the doctors, are you kidding me? I actually got to get a shot today? No, Mom, please don't. Right? You've been there. I have been there because, believe it or not, I was in the very seat that you are sitting in some time ago. Yes, some time ago. Yeah, I didn't lose hair to anything else, but that's okay. We're going to talk about other things. Okay, so you have been in this situation. Given that, how many of you take a pain medication should there be the tiniest bit of headache that you feel coming on? How many of you run to the medicine cabinet and say, Tylenol, ibuprofen, Advil, should I go on? No, I'm not going to go to the other drugs. But how many of you do? Are you asking the questions with me? Why do I bring up how many of us go directly to the medicine cabinet as soon as there is a stomach pain, headache, muscle ache, or whatever? Somebody is shaking her head so nicely. I love you for it. Thank you. Don't go to the medicine cabinet just yet. My point being, why am I showing you this? Keith talked about second half. Keith is built. He's slightly bigger than I am. Just slightly taller than I am. But so what? Short people have advantages too. Tell him to fly economy on the way from here to Singapore nonstop and see how he feels. Right? Why do I bring up this slide is basically because in any sport, Anything that you do, any activity that you take on, any decision that you make, the school choices that you make, and so on, I assure you of one thing. You have either done tremendous amount of research or you are doing it right now, or you are looking to do it. How many phone calls did you make to find out what school you want to go to? How many schools did you visit? How many websites did you peruse in order to find out where you want to go to? Whether it's New York City, New York, Chicago, California, anywhere, right? So a lot of research goes into it. What's that got to do with medicine, Ben? What are you talking about? How much do you think it costs to launch a drug in the United States? And I'm talking about medicine when I say drugs. Yeah, your thinking's different. I want to make sure. How much do you think it costs for someone to launch a medicine in the United States? How much? 13 million, somebody said. Okay. You know, there are no incorrect answers in this hallway or around the globe. There are some that are closer to correct, and the ones that you gave me are not that close. Why I say that is because, my friends, it costs $1 billion to launch a medicine in the United States. A lot of research, do you think, goes into it? Of course, right? A lot of research. You guys have heard about the medical journal and so on and so forth, a lot of case studies, all of those. But that's not important. Do you know, in the entire world, yes, those listening to on the other side of the globe, in the entire world, what percent of the entire pharmaceutical market does United States consume? Any guesses? Go ahead.
20%.
20?
Yes.
Wow, you are so close, but nowhere near it. Sorry?
I think 50.
50, okay.
4%.
Okay, 95 is way up there. Don't go there. 68%, my friends. 68%. And here's the bigger news. Why did I ask that one question about how many of you run to get that Tylenol or the Advil or the Aleve or whatever the products are called? I don't know. Right? 80% of the entire global market of pain medication is consumed by the US. Now, if I take a snapshot, I think I'm looking at the US right here. So the 20% who are not taking that, not taking those medications, I want you to share with others as you end this day as to why do you think medicine is not the only cure. Here it is. Dollars and pills go together. Bills and pills go together. Okay? You guys have insurance, I take it? Okay, never mind. You don't have to answer it. Why I ask is because every medicine that you take ends up costing so much more in the US versus should you cross the border, whether south of the border or north of the border. It costs probably about 10 times less, but that's not important. My point being, is medicine the only cure? I've not even gotten to the second half yet because I'm still enjoying the halftime commercial. I hope you didn't change the channel on me. Okay. Why? I became very successful. Yes, the reason I dressed up as one, like I said, it's against the TED formula of how casual or informal they want these events to be. But I dressed up as one because even physicians all across the US and all across the globe started seeing me as an expert. They would even call me and write to me to find out how can they treat certain patients and or certain patient types. Now, mind you, I'm not suggesting that they decided based on that, but they would ask for all kinds of suggestions. Given that, I became such an expert that for the first 40 years of my life, never once did I look at this and say, oh yeah, I could be in one of these. It's as soon as I would see an ambulance or even a police car actually puts a smile on my face. Why? Because I always think, oh yeah, he's catching someone. I don't care, he would never catch me. That's okay. What's that? He would never catch me. But for first 40 years of my life, I never once, yes, it's on purpose. Never once did I think that I would be in this ambulance. Little did I know that fine Wednesday morning when I woke up, that day was actually gonna start my second half. Are you ready for that? I faced an absolute tremendous detour in my life that fine Wednesday morning. Bright, sunny Arizona. Doesn't matter. I was playing with my 12-year-old on my driveway. Thank God I'm a lousy basketball player. The only thing I recall is I missed the shot and I saw my son running to get the ball because right at that time, a car lost control, came onto my driveway, hit me from behind. I instantly fell, fainted, broke my skull in 3 places. To be written off by any medical practitioners in his or her right mind, saying this guy is not going to make it back. Surprise. Now that the halftime's over, we're in for a second half. I hope that none of you have seen what this is. It is called Intensive Care Unit, ICU. What are these numbers? Why do these numbers have a significance around it? I was in ICU, consciously sedated for 21 days. To draw a couple of parallels for you, open heart surgery patients come out of ICU in no more than 2 days. Another example, parallel if I can draw for you, there was a lady here in Arizona, in a town called Tucson, that got shot. I'm not gonna name names, but believe it or not, her and I went through the same treatment, and touch wood, after 3.5 to 4 years, she is still attempting a fullest recovery. We both got the same medication. I recovered within 3.5 months. Yes, second half, that was a touchdown. I couldn't even throw the ball. I throw like a girl, yes, thank you very much, but that's okay. But, so that's 21 days in ICU. 12, because thank God for my son who he is. He was 12 at the time. He saw that I was not responding. He called 911 even before he called his mom. And why 99.9%? because each one of them had written me off by these parameters. When he comes back to his senses, he's going to have blurred speech, memory loss, physical handicap, all kinds of things, if he makes it back. There were people who were telling my gorgeous wife as to why are you waiting? Chances are he's not even going to recognize you. Thank God for her. She stayed focused and helped me to the fullest recovery. This is what I mean. I was surrounded by the few family members that I have and absolute tremendous friends all across the globe that were sending me absolute tremendous energy to make sure that I have that final touchdown for the second half, right? Why do I ask, is medicine the only cure? Because in spite of getting a fantastic treatment right here, I actually was told that you made it back within 3.5 months, shortest possible, was because of Ben, who you are. Your thrill for life, your passion towards life, your ownership of helping and impacting others, and of course, your outlook towards everyone who you interact with. Not only that, but the energy that you have for life. The accident may not have done this had it not been for the guy you are seeing in front of you right now. I absolutely came back to thriving, limitless recovery. The cure is in ourselves. Don't go looking for it in the medicine cabinet. I light up path my own as well as everyone else's. Here is my question, 2 questions for you. My days are either fantastic or I've got news for you, better than fantastic. There is no third choice. Epic, thank you very much. This is a synonym. But that's okay. Here, any guesses as to what this picture is about? What? A lake house. Okay, fantastic. I love it when there's a photographer in the audience. My friends, I make every moment count. This is a picture of a reflection of sunset from top of my car. Yeah. Yes, I live in a gorgeous place. Do you have a problem? But I took it with my iPhone. My friends, all I'm asking is, whether you are in first half or second half, don't wait for the second half. Make your every interaction and moment count. Thank you very much.